think the first thing I'm going to address is we had a couple of speakers come up tonight and use the term Deadwood City again. And this is something that I've heard repeatedly from people who are usually trying to compliment us on what a great job we've done revitalizing the downtown. And I bit my tongue on it, but I have to tell you, I don't see that as a compliment. It's a lot like saying you were a really ugly teenager and now you're much more attractive, so I'm going to consider dating you. It's really not a compliment. And so anybody who is using that, think that they're currying favor with those of us who've lived here a long time, I want you to rethink that. And using terms like sketchy, I disagree with the characterization that 20 years ago Redwood City was a dangerous place. There have been cycles with crime, as there have been in every city. Redwood City in the past has had gang issues, but downtown was not an unsafe place because, frankly, we didn't have people downtown. And we've changed as a community quite a bit in a number of ways. But first I want to say the community that we were before anything happened downtown was a great community. This is a community that cares about each other, that helps each other out. This is a great community. That's why many of us chose this as our home. And I'm really happy to hear there are people who want to choose this as their home now. But it's not just because we have a bunch of big buildings downtown or there's a lot of restaurants or things to do. This is a great community. And I hope someday you will be able to live in our community. And I hope someday you'll appreciate it for all of the things that I appreciate it for. That's it. I mean, I want to welcome new residents. I want to say that the success of our downtown really, there's a lot of confusion about what happened there. The success of our downtown really began to take shape 11 years ago in 2005, when a public project, which is Courthouse Square, took place. That happened at the same time as the theater complex, which I fully supported, and it was a fantastic thing that brought people down there. And then there were a lot of changes that slowly took place over the last 11 years. The second turning point was in 2011 when we passed the downtown precise plan. And I would argue that our renaissance was well underway. We were already having a thriving, vibrant community when bigger buildings started to come online. Those bigger buildings have been a mixed bag, quite frankly. Some of them are good and some of them are not that good. And, if I were on the planning commission, I would push a little harder on things like architecture, on things like inclusion of BMR units in the project. And if I were looking at this as a new project like Ms. Ramirez suggested we do, if I'm looking at this as a completely new decision, I'm finding it hard to like this project for the reasons I just said. The architecture, I don't think that this stands out in terms of character. I think it could be a lot better from an aesthetic standpoint. I think that the affordable units should be included in the project. $1.7 million sounds like a lot of money until you look at what houses are selling for in this community. That'll buy you one nice market rate house. It'll maybe buy you two fixer-uppers in, not great condition. So $1.7 million sounds like a lot of money that goes into a pile of money that we approved the in lieu fees, and that money is starting to accumulate. But the big problem we have as a city is, where do you get the land? That's where we need developers to partner with us. And if in this case the developer had come to me and talked to me about the project, I would have said, partner with us, help us figure out how to get BMR units in there, scrap the retail, and put in a couple of units. So I'm not going to support this motion, and saying no is not easy. But in this case, I feel like it's the right thing to do. And looking forward, I have been calling for the last couple of years to open up the downtown precise plan. It is an imperfect plan, as we all discovered. I looked at the same documents everybody else looked at. Beautiful buildings, everything looks fantastic. The way that it's played out and the way that it's played out in such a short time is not the way that I envisioned it. And I want us to open that up. I do believe the World Cafe will be a good starting point for that discussion. And I hope that in a couple of years, we will be able to help bring more unity in our vision on how we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you.